All right, boys. Games in hand FC. This is the moment for them to pick up some points. Burnley Football Club, 6-point weekend. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends. I'm still James, that's still Brad, that's still Sean. What is up, everyone? Hello. I hope you guys enjoyed the review episode this week as much as we did, and I hope that you will enjoy this preview of Match Week 7 as much as we will enjoy creating it for you. If you could, like always, hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell, drop us a comment down below, share, hit the share button, put it on your socials. If you're on the podcast site, follow, 5-star review. Also, share button, socials, all those things. Send it to your high school crush that you want to rekindle a friendship with them 15 years later. Send it to them. They'll really appreciate it. Unless you're married and then your significant other will be upset about that, then don't do that. But if you're single, send it to your high school crush from 15 years ago. That's the play. Right?
Yeah,
Brad,
100%.
Brad, don't do that. Sean, don't do that. I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to do that, but you guys, you should. You should do that.
I've always loved my wife, and I've always forever loved my, you know what I'm saying, right, Brad?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Same here. Yep.
Real talk. All right. So, if you guys,
you said a 6-point weekend for Burnley. I haven't gotten past that.
Okay, so if you look on the ticker tape, down low, we've got the game starting for Match Week 7 is re-rolling right here for you, so you guys can see. But Burnley, they play twice this weekend. So do Luton Town.
Well, they're not going to get any points because they went to a bald manager, and bald managers need to go away.
But he wears a hat.
Hold on, we're talking about Burnley here. We're talking about Turfmore Sean here is against Burnley now.
They shouldn't have hired a bald manager.
Whoa!
I mean, it's not like Tottenham's manager has that much hair.
He's got plenty of hair.
Does he though?
Listen, in a 1-to-1 hair off, he's losing to Arteta. All right.
Fact check. I was about to say we should do when we have
in a 1-on-1 hair off. We're losing.
Yeah, when we have an international break, we should 100% get the wives and have them. We'll make a ranking. We'll rank the managers 1 to 20.
Hair off.
Yeah,
I can print them. I can print them at work. I can do that.
Wow.
We can run a slideshow. We can figure that out.
Oh yeah.
This is the content that people come to Red Card Radio for.
That's why you should share with your high school crush.
Anyways. Turfmore Sean is disappointed in the hiring maneuvers, but it did get Turfmore promoted, so I'm gonna allow it. But I don't know if we're getting 6 points out of this. The game's in hand FC.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. They got a 12-pointer on Tuesday.
What?
Oh, that's true. They do have a 12-pointer.
They got a relegation 12-pointer here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, Sean's head's exploding.
It's only the fourth time I've said it. This is only the fourth time I've brought up, or third time I brought up.
4 times 3. Yes.
Yeah.
So, if you are a adroit follower of the Premier League, you'll notice that there are 8 games on Saturday. So Saturday, if you're a Premier League football fan, there's just too many games to enjoy. And I think the problem is they put them, there's only 3 time slots. So, on other weeks, or like last week, they had like 3 game time slots on Sunday. Like, why aren't we getting a 3 p.m. game on Saturday? Anyway, like Everton, I guess Luton's got a town, but what other game? Okay, West Ham Sheffield could have been played at 3 p.m. on Saturday instead of at 10. I digress. So there's 8 games.
It's 10 a.m. our time. We're saying
I know.
Even at 12:30.
No.
Our time.
Well, I'm saying like time slots. So like there's the 7:30 kickoff, which is the 12:30 in England. They've got the the 10 o'clock, which is the 3 o'clock in England. And they got the 5:30 kickoff. They could have done an 8 o'clock kickoff in England.
I think that's one of the time slots is saved for your local. there's certain rules that they have to abide by that the local teams can get their
To be fair,
fans to.
they throw those rules out the window all the time. So I'm just saying, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so there's 8 games on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday, which is just silly. With you have 8 anyway, and then there's 1 game on Monday, and then we got the makeup game from match week 2 between Luton Town and Burnley is on Tuesday. So I think the tastiest matchup, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but I think you would agree with me that the most interesting matchup is second place Liverpool is headed down the road to 4th place Tottenham.
Yeah. No, yeah, that looks to be the spiciest of spices matches there.
Is that a Champions League 6-pointer?
Ooh, are we switching this up? Ooh. Is this a starting 5 6-pointers? Ooh.
So
let's do it. Yes, it is.
Loyal listeners, if you could just rewind the video if you're on YouTube and look at Sean's face when I said that. It's all the comedic effect you'll need for the entire evening.
So what's gonna be interesting about this is our new style versus the Gegenpress, right? Like they're going to be pressing, we're going to be pressing, and we're going to be pressing a press. So whose press is better?
I mean, I think I know the answer to that question, but
I think I know the answer to the question too, but I'm hoping it's not true.
It's the top 3 midfielders in the century or whatever you say.
Well, that is going to be the interesting. This is no offense, James. This is going to be more of a test of pressing midfield than Arsenal was, because really it's just Odegaard who doesn't seem interested in playing defense.
Bro.
Odegaard is the one that comes back to the six.
Compared to Klopp players.
Bro, Odegaard is constantly pressing. There were many times when he was in Vicario's face.
He got left foolish.
No, he was pressing and so when you press, you get left for dead a lot. Like people pass around you in today's game.
So great, you aimlessly ran around the pitch. Congratulations.
Okay, all right.
Glad you pressed for nothing.
So did Basuma, so did Sarr, so did Madison. For our full thoughts on the North London Derby, check earlier this week our review episode of Match Week 6.
Anyways, but this should be a good test of.
It's who can break the press.
Yeah, who can break it.
And I think
we have a better chance at breaking it.
Mm.
I
like Trent's right foot for that, or left foot, whatever foot he uses.
That is the catalyst, right? That is the catalyst of like their wingers and their left and right back have a better chance of breaking the press than ours do. Our midfield, I think, matches up almost man for man, just the same as I did with Arsenal. But do the players around it? Do they round out better? And it's probably in Liverpool's favor on that.
Do you think? I mean, you would concede that Liverpool's attacking 3 is a little bit more potent than Tottenham's?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you concede that Liverpool's back 4 is probably a bit more stout than Tottenham's, or would you not? Are you not willing to concede that?
I will not.
Okay.
As far as defensively. Because Liverpool don't use their back 4 defensively. They use their back 2.
Yeah, they're not going to be sitting in a low block. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So
the other team does though.
Defensively, I would take our back 4. As a whole, I would take their back 4.
Okay.
Because Trent and Robertson, they provide so much more. Then
yes, true. If you're comparing him to your right and left back, absolutely.
Yes. Udogie is looking great, but our right back situation, Porro looks fine. That's different than Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's like it's apples to oranges at this point.
Yeah. Agreed.
But if just defensively, I will take my back 4.
I still think I like Liverpool's midfield more than Tottenham's.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a very stern test for Spurs. Um, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a draw. I'd be okay with a draw.
Of course you would.
Um,
2 draws in a row for us. That helps you.
I could also use Wolves getting some points against City. I don't know. Like this one seems hard because like there's a lot of. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of positivity around both clubs right now. I was gonna say around Tottenham, but then I think about the fact that Liverpool are like legit, just like they're just vibing in second, and like no one's thinking about them. At least Red Card Radio hasn't really spent a lot of time thinking about Liverpool, and they're just out here just doing their thing, like being Liverpool, right? Like this is, I think, what I expected Liverpool to do last year. I was just like, it's Liverpool. They're going to be Liverpool. They're going to continue to be Klopp's Liverpool, and I guess of course, last year they had that off year, but like this year, like they're absolutely just being Klopp's Liverpool, and they're relentless, they're ruthless, they score goals, they don't concede a lot, and they're winning games. Yeah. And and much to the chagrin of all the Liverpool supporters, what's the one game where they dropped points?
Chelsea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Match week 1 against this Chelsea team.
Yeah. They can't score goals. Yeah.
So Liverpool are kicking themselves right now that they don't have 18 points like City do. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great game. I think it's definitely going to be high scoring. Absolutely think it's going to be high scoring.
2-2, 3-3, something like that.
Yeah, in that ballpark. I don't want to make a prediction just because I am very bad at predictions. But I do think that there's going to be. It feels like a lot of goals here. Hope so. I mean, that's like the capping
fun to
game.
Watch, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Other honorable mentions is on Saturday, at least, is the early game. Aston Villa, Brighton, Hove Albion. These are the teams.
Yeah, that's spicy.
Yeah, these are the teams that finished 6th and 7th last year. And
in Europe, their first, and this is their second week after their first European action. Their second midweek game because the EFL Cup is happening. So, what do these teams have? How much rotation is there?
But I mean, I think this was kind of like the matchup we've been kind of excited about. De Zerbi versus Emery. Two teams that I think all three of us picked to be fairly high in our tables. I think some of us had Villa higher than others and Brighton higher than others and things like that. But we all three were very high on them. And I mean, Brighton are living up to expectations, absolutely. I think Villa are maybe a little bit further down than we anticipated, perhaps. No, what am I talking about? They're right there, too.
No.
Yeah, they're right there.
Yeah.
So, I don't look at the table. So, I literally just had to pull up the table to find out where they were because I haven't looked at the table yet, really, all season. But yeah, so this is 6th versus 3rd. Like, both these teams are in the thick of things. This is going to be another really good game. Now, Villa, they've conceded a lot of goals this year, comparatively, right? If you like they have shipped a lot of goals, it seems like, this year, but they're winning games. So, I mean, that's the important thing. Do you guys any thoughts about this Villa Brighton matchup?
It's interesting, right? Like I think both these teams have to get as many points as they can before European action just not destroys their team, but wears their team out, because I don't know if either team has really the depth to play both tournaments. And how can you really give up on Europe, especially with West Ham making it into the Europa League from winning a European tournament?
Yeah, I mean, also,
it's interesting.
Villa were injury ravaged basically before the season started. They lost Coutinho for a lot of time. They lost.
They sold Coutinho now too.
That's not what I was thinking. Coutinho's not who I'm thinking about. Buendia. Buendia is who I'm thinking about. Buendia was injured. Tyrone Mings was injured. I think Callum Chambers is also injured. They've got some really big long-term injuries on this team. So it'll be interesting.
I just think Brighton's too much.
Yeah.
I think Brighton's style lends themselves to win these type of games and win Europe. I know they didn't win. They just went to Athens, I believe, and didn't win.
Something like that, yeah.
Athens came to them. I'm sorry, came to the Amex.
Yeah, they just didn't win in Europe.
Yeah, they were catching flack for that, for wanting to be one of the big boys but can't show up. I don't believe that's the case. I think Brighton just keeps soldiering on, and I don't think there's any slowing that train down at this point. Where Villa, I can see the train slowing down.
I mean, big shout out for Villa for Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins also started the season very well.
Yeah.
What, Brad?
He's one goal,
but he
just scored it.
Looks dangerous, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think that's always Ollie Watkins is always a threat.
Well, that's what I said about a lot of our attacking players. Like, Son wasn't scoring goals and Richarlison was scoring goals, and the first couple of weeks, our attacking three wasn't scoring goals, but they were pulling open the defense to let midfield score goals because they were pulling open shooting lanes.
Yeah, I mean,
so there's a difference between not being involved and not scoring goals. There is.
Yeah, it's the Kai Havertz effect.
Oh.
Well, I gave your guy credit for that.
I said that because Brad's been poo-pooing him.
There's one thing. Hey, I think it was on the review. I meant to say this when we were, or maybe it was preview when we were talking about Arsenal's midfield not playing defense. I was like, that's the one thing Kai Havertz does well is he presses really well. He runs.
Yeah.
So I'll never knock that part of it. He will hustle.
Yeah, and he does it off the ball too. Then that's what I was just saying about Ollie. Like, there's something to be said about like being goalless, or well, he's got one goal, but being low in goals and then not affecting the offense. There's two completely, vastly different things.
Yeah,
you know.
Looking at the other teams up at the top of the table, Arsenal head to Bournemouth, and then City head to Wolves. Now, this Luton Town Burnley match on Tuesday, I mean, I'm not sure if I expect Luton Town to beat Everton on Saturday, but then turning around, they both play on Saturday, and then turning around and playing again on Tuesday.
Burnley's not beating Newcastle either. Like, that's
of course not. Yeah, that's a meme. Like, there's no way they might hold 8 against Newcastle at home.
Yeah, Burnley's they're gonna score another 8.
It's possible.
That Luton Burnley, that 12-pointer.
That is what you said earlier.
It's gonna be. I know, but Sean wanted me to say it again. He was prompting me to say it again.
He's got 6 fingers held up for some reason.
It's the relegation 12-pointer, bro.
15 is the next multiple of 3.
Right, but we're still talking about the same game. We're on the same game. Every week that it goes up. The counter goes up every week.
Unless we have 2 in the same
week. It goes
week.
Up twice. Yeah. Correct.
Oh.
That's true.
We're messing up the memes here, but it's okay. I think that's a super spicy matchup. We can't not talk about the West London derby, Fulham Chelsea.
I mean, I was gonna skip it because I don't want to have to poo-poo on Chelsea, but
as terms of interesting games, because it is a derby, I hope we score goals.
You've got to get a win. You've got to get a win.
But we've needed to get wins the past 3 games. So
it's not just a win for like table position at this point. It's a win for like confidence. Like,
yeah.
You need your players to see some balls go in the net, and you need your players to see that you can win a game.
Because the problem for Chelsea is they've got Fulham, and then Burnley, and then
and then it's bad.
Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton, United.
Yep,
it's not good.
Away at Goodison. Like from October 21st until December 6th.
I texted this to you guys.
Are terrible. Yes, it's a bad run of games.
And
we need as many points we can get.
It's not just about getting points. It's about proving to your team that they can do it.
Yeah,
because me and James have been saying this. Like, you have talent. You don't have a lack of talent on your team.
That's been all that like Poch has been talking about too, is building the confidence of the team.
You just need to know that you can do it.
Man, that is such an insane
I
stretch of
texted that,
game.
James, and you
It's so
scoffed.
bad.
You scoffed at it, James. You
Well,
said, well, you got to play them sometime. No, well, play them in a row is tough.
At least, but at least, I mean, besides FA Cup and EFL Cup weeks, we are like it is one match a week.
Well, there won't be any FA
Everybody
Cup.
else is playing.
FA Cup doesn't kick back until January, so there will be some EFL. If you guys continue to progress in the EFL Cup, there will be some Carabao Cup matches.
Most of it is one match a week, which hopefully helps.
Yeah, but say you draw against Fulham, draw against Burnley, and then you just have to think.
Looks so bad.
You just think for a week about the fact that Arsenal are coming to town, and say Arsenal. Yeah, I know Arsenal have City the week before you. So like, what happens if Arsenal get a shock victory at City and they're just or against City? I think it's at home, and we're high on confidence. Like what happened?
Maybe this will be the reverse of what's been happening. Is like Chelsea's been on a hot streak, then we played Arsenal and lost. So maybe it'll be the reverse.
Nah,
there we go. That's my hope.
I'm not for that. I'm not for that. But I'm just saying, like it does not.
Yeah, we need to back goals and we need to get some confidence. Like that's pretty much that's the two things that we're lacking is confidence in scoring goals. So
against this Fulham team,
they go hand in hand.
Who are, I think, not
3 places above.
They're not where they expected to be, maybe like middle of the pack. But they're only 3 points ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like they've had like a start-stop. Like they feel like they're going well, and then they just get pegged back. They feel like they're doing something good, and they get pegged back. So they've been it seems like they've been all over the place.
Yeah.
I will make one comment about the behind the scenes. We have a rundown of what the games are.
Mm-hmm.
And you have makeup match for the Tuesday game between Luton and Burnley.
Mm-hmm.
You have makeup match from MW2.
Match week 2.
My brain reads Modern Warfare 2. I was thinking Call of Duty.
With that, your Call of Duty is to watch the West Ham United Sheffield. No, we'll do United Palace game. That is going to be our pick of the week. I just made it happen.
United Palace. You heard it.
That's your Call of Duty to be watching because clearly there's too many games on at 10, and the 3 of us can't watch all of them. So we need your help watching the United Palace game.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to be at a soccer game. I think we got soccer at 10 a.m. for Patrick. So
Decore scored in 2 straight games. So let's see if it makes it 3.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So check it out. There's a lot of football this weekend. Let us know in the comments what you will be watching. Let us know in the comments what you did watch. Maybe give us predictions for Spurs, Liverpool. Tamzy, Jimmy, let us know what you guys think. Hit us up on Twitter. That's at KSBradG. Down below, that's Whiteheart_Sean. I'm at James Tiffany. Collectively at RedCard_Radio on all of the social media platforms. And we will be back next week with we're going to break these games down for you. And maybe we'll find out how Tottenham did in the Carabao Cup. But until then, have a good one. And we will see you all soon.